Hello there guys, this is Matthew the Dinosaur King, here today with Chance. Hey, good boy. He's a bit tired today. So he will be helping me with my Q&A, which I did promise. Now, I am sorry I didn't post it last week. I was a little busy with work. And I hope you guys also noticed my top. This is I Heart Dinosaurs. I got this from the Natural History Museum during the summer. And I hope I thought it would be appropriate for the Q&A. So without further ado, let's get into this Q&A. So first up, from Skywhale Creations, who I do know on Facebook, so it's nice to have some questions from you. So she asks, what was the first ever dinosaur toy you had as a child? That's an interesting question. I don't remember the first dinosaur toy I had, but I do remember one of the first was the Walking with Dinosaurs Stegosaurus, which, if you've seen in my collection videos, I do still have, and it's been loved very dearly. It's got loads of paint scratches on it, but yeah, that's one of the first that I remember having when I was younger. And she also asks, other than T-Rex, what is your second and third favourite dinosaur? Well, my second favourite dinosaur is the Ceratosaurus. It was tied with the Carnotaurus, but I chose Ceratosaurus for the second place because, well, it's such an underrated dinosaur from the Jurassic, and also it's kind of the underdog because you've got all these other large carnivores like Allosaurus, Saurophaganax, Torvosaurus, all living in the same environment as Ceratosaurus, and it's trying to make a living, under the larger carnivore's footsteps. So that's why it's number 2. I just think it's a really awesome predator. And the third, as I said, is Carnotaurus. Just because it's one of the fastest dinosaurs ever. It's got those really cool horns on the top of its head. And it's just a very interesting looking theropod. So yeah, and also I may remember it fondly from Dinosaur, which is one of my favourite movies as well, Disney's Dinosaur. So it has a special place. So yeah, so 1 is T-Rex, 2 is Ceratosaurus, 3 is Carnotaurus. I know they're all theropods, but it doesn't really matter. There are loads of other favourites I have. So the next one is from Spinoguy / Spinosaur Slasher, and he asks, what got you into collecting dinosaurs? To be honest, I don't really know what actually got me into collecting them. I've just always been fascinated, ever since I was small, by these enormous creatures that lived millions of years ago, that we find their fossils of, and some of them are gigantic. These enormous animals once lived here on Earth, and it's just such a fascinating bunch to study. And when we have figures, we can see what they would have looked like. We can put in like feathers and scale, spikes, quills, all sorts that these creatures would have had, and it's just so fascinating to see, exactly what they might have looked like. So, and also some of them still live with us today in the form of birds. And to see how both dinosaurs and birds are so similar is just really fascinating to me. He also asks, do your parents support you in collecting figures? I would say yes. I know that my mum and dad, they don't mind me collecting them, because, although sometimes they probably do get a little bit annoyed saying like, oh, is that another package? Did you get another dinosaur? Well, I always say there's always room for one more, maybe a little small one, but I'd say yes, they do, right? Because they know that it's a passion of mine, and they know that I like collecting the figures. So yeah, I would say they do. They probably get a little bit annoyed, but they still support me nonetheless. Do you watch any gamers? No, I don't. I don't watch any gamers. I occasionally watch a few Ark Survival Evolved videos, because on my PlayStation 4 I do have Ark Survival Evolved. But aside from that, not really any gamers. Number 4. Since Spinosaurus reconstructions are highly debated, which Spino reconstruction will be your go-to Spino? Interesting choice. For a question, I know that the whole Spinosaurus debate at the moment is a very contentious issue in the paleontological community. At the moment, I would probably stick with the quadruple or almost quadruple stance. Until we get more evidence for the position of Spinosaurus's limbs, at the moment that will probably be my go-to. So the almost quadruple into quadruple stance. I mean, if that does change, then that is fine, but that's just my personal opinion. I would just go with that. I mean, because when you look at the size of the animal and how heavy it must have been, it needed to have nearly probably all its limbs on the ground to keep it held up. But, you know, that could change. So, question number 5. Can you review the NECA Godzilla 2014 1954 Otachi Battle Damage Knife Head, please? Possibly, if you want. I mean, if anybody here wants any NECA reviews of my kaiju, please let me know. I don't mind doing that for you guys. I mean, dinosaurs aren't just my only passion, you know. So yeah, if you want me to review any of the NECA figures that I showed you in my collection, please leave them in the comments below. Here, let's see. Question 6. What do you think about the Indoraptor for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and will you be getting any figures from Mattel? I knew this one was going to be coming up. I'm interested to see the figures, because Hasbro's figures were just... I don't really want to swear on this, but let's just say they were downright crap. I mean, I could use much more extreme words, but would say they were garbage, right? They were absolutely awful. The only ones I actually collected were the minis. They were probably the best bit about the whole line. And also the Lego. I did actually get 2 of the Lego sets, as you've seen. So I now have the whole Raptor squad. The Indoraptor. God, where do I begin? Just stop with the bloody stupid hybrids. Wait, you don't need to make dinosaurs awesome by having hybrids. Right, dinosaurs are already incredible animals. You don't need to make a ridiculous hybrid again, because clearly you didn't learn that from the first one. But I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. But you know, I wasn't really. I mean, when I saw the Indominus, I was just like, really? That's all you could do? That's the best. That is the best design you could come up with. And it just went overboard with its abilities. So I don't know. We'll see what it looks like. But I am looking forward to the film. It's just no more hybrids, please. Just stop with those. Number 7. Will you be getting the Bandai Tamashii Nations Pacific Rim Uprising figures? I hope to. I hope so, because I do hope we get them here, but you never know, that could change. He also asks, will you be watching the Godzilla Monster Planet anime movie? Well, I don't have Netflix, so I probably won't be able to, but if I can watch it anywhere else, I would love to watch it, because I love Godzilla. I think it's awesome. And I did also recently see a picture of the size of all the Godzillas together with the one from the anime. He is absolutely enormous. I mean, this is like Godzilla we know. He is like way up here, the one from the movie, so it's insane. But yeah, I hope to watch it. And he also asks, are you okay with having your figures lose their paint after filming Prehistoric Island, like on the tips of their claws and teeth? Well, I mean, it doesn't really happen with a lot of my figures. I mean, I think when I was younger, like... Oh, hey boy, you're up now. When I was younger, I think a lot of my figures probably got chipped, like with like the paint and the teeth and the claws. But not really when I filmed Prehistoric Island, strangely. But yeah, let's see. And he asks, and last question from Spino Guy, who do you think would win, Daeodon or Smilodon? Interesting question. I like both creatures, but considering the weight of the cat, I would probably go with Smilodon, because they could probably pin it down, as they would have worked in a big gold pack like today's lions, and then use their weight to pin it down, and then use the saber teeth. So I'd probably go with Smilodon, but if it was Daeodon, then, you know, fine. So let's see, my next question comes from Cameron Siebert, I hope I pronounced that right. And then he asks, what is your favourite prehistoric animal? Tyrannosaurus Rex. I know that's probably the most cliche answer I could have said, but it's always been a favourite of mine, ever since I was little. And considering all the new research that's gone into Tyrannosaurus nowadays, and you know, learning about it, I think it's made it a much more interesting animal. Much more interesting, more intelligent, more brightly coloured, much more faster. It's just an alright, more interesting creature. And 2, how long have you been collecting prehistoric animal figures? I have been collecting it ever since I was small. I don't really remember how, like, when my first one was, but I know probably when I was like, I don't know, about 5, 6-ish, because I used to have a lot of the like little Chinasaur figures and a few old Jurassic Park figures. So yeah, that's what I remember. And my good friend Calosaurus, so thank you for leaving the question. Calosaurus asks, will you do a full Transformers collection video? Good question. Considering a lot of my Transformers are in a box, which I can just see right in the corner there, I'm not sure. I could try, but it would probably be over like a few videos, like I do once for like the first film, the second film, third film, animated, Prime, all sorts, you know. So, possibly, but I'm not sure yet. Raptor Riot asks, what's your favourite Carnegie model? Good question. To be honest, I don't actually know. I'd probably say one of my favourites might possibly be the giant 2012 Brachiosaurus up at the back there. Also probably the Giganotosaurus from Carnegie. Probably a few others, but I don't really have a favourite. I kind of like all the Carnegie figures, even if they are outdated and also no longer being sold. Right, let's see. How old is Chance? Hey? How old are you, boy? He's a big softy. Chance will be 5 in February. At the moment he's, let's see, so he's about 4 years, old, so yeah, he'll be 5 in February of next year, won't you, boy? Hey? Hey? They're always asking questions about you. Let's see, what's your favourite sauropod? Ooh, now this is a good one. I don't have... Favourite sauropod? Well, I would probably say Diplodocus or Amargasaurus, because they're some of my favourites. But my favourite type of sauropod is a Titanosaur. Now, Titanosaurs were absolutely colossal. I mean, they grew to nearly, probably over 130 feet long, which is insane. Weigh as much as probably 80 tons. I mean, these things were enormous animals. And not even a large predator like Mapusaurus or Giganotosaurus would not even be able to bring it down. They'd have to work together to bring down such a colossal animal. So I'd probably say that. And he also asks, what series, Mesozoic Bedroom or Dinosaur Z? Well, I would just say I haven't actually watched a lot of Dinosaur Z. I prefer Mesozoic Bedroom. I just think it's an interesting series, and I think Camosaurus has done a fantastic job with it. And also, the Mammoth, Warsaw, that's it. Warsaw, I think, is a terrific villain, and Camo, you do a great job voicing him, so absolutely fantastic, buddy. And now, next questions come from, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Inu Asha Dinosaur 101 Brewer. Please say I pronounced that right, because it might be wrong. He asks, what is your favourite theropod dinosaurs? Well, as I've already said, Tyrannosaurus, Ceratosaurus and Carnotaurus. What's your favourite anime series? Ooh, now, for me personally, it has to be Pokemon. I grew up with the original series of Pokemon. In fact, I actually recently bought the original first 52 episodes that they were just released here in the UK on a box set. So yeah, that's always quite personal to me growing up. Another one of my favourites is Dinosaur King. I watched that as well. I know some people probably didn't like it, but I loved it. In fact, some of the creatures on there that I couldn't even pronounce at the time actually helped me with pronunciation, so that's why I like it. He also asks, what are your thoughts on Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom? As I've already said, I want it to be good. I'm excited to see what new dinosaurs they have in. Because I mean, they will probably introduce some new species, which I hope they do. The hybrid, though, just go away, hybrid. Number 4, what is your favourite Jurassic Park film? The first one. It'll always be a classic. I absolutely love the first one. In fact, I don't really have any quarrels with the first film. Probably also the second and third. It's just the recent ones when they introduce all these hybrids. It's just no. And in fact, the CGI even still holds up today. Like a lot of CG nowadays is complete. Well, not as good as back then because you didn't get to see much of the CGI. Because it was like a hybrid of animatronic and CGI. And then last question from him is, what is your favourite Allosauridae? Well, I'd say Allosaurus is probably my favourite. I mean, I think a close second might be Saurophaganax, unless it's included as part of the Allosaurus species. Because I know there's a bit of an issue there at the moment with Allosaurus and Saurophaganax, so they could be the same species, they might not be, but only in time will we have to see. Lewis Jordan 567 he asks, what is your worst dinosaur figure? Worst dinosaur figure. Tricky question, but I will probably go with the Rebor figures I have. Now I know I've always mentioned that Rebor is a terrible company, and many of you are probably asking, why do you hate Rebor? In fact, are there any questions about Rebor on here? No, there are not. Nobody's even asked about it. So you know what? I will probably go out and just say their customer feedback and the way they talk to their fans is atrocious. Because me, some of my other friends that I know on Facebook, let's say we were involved in an argument with Rebor when they unveiled their Compsognathus. They basically told us to F off and we didn't know what we were talking about. So yeah, and also their continued use of doing the Velociraptor over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's just, you're making the same figure with different poses and different colours, just do something else. In fact, do a herbivore for once. A live herbivore this time. Not a dead one or a corpse or whatever. Just do something new and, please just don't be rude to your fans. Alright, I mean, I know I've already got the Rebor, Tyrannus and T-Rex, but that's... I got those because I thought they were going to be an interesting company. Turns out, they probably are not. So, that's just my 2 cents about it. If you like Rebor, that's perfectly fine. It's just my own opinion. Cloud the Dinosaur King here asks, I was just wondering if you had or have an interest in any reptile species. I do like reptiles, actually. Reptiles are one of my favourite animals on the planet today. In fact, I used to own some crested geckos. Unfortunately, they passed away a few years ago. But yeah, I like reptiles like crocodiles, lizards, snakes, turtles, tortoises, all sorts. Dinoman asks, of the new Safari 2018 figures released so far, which is your favourite? Oh, now, I've seen the 2018 figures and they look absolutely gorgeous. Are you awake now? Eh? So yeah, I think they all look absolutely fantastic. I think, though, personally, my favourites would have to be the Mastodon, the Anzu, the Ankylosaurus, the Triceratops, the Regaloceratops. In fact, all of them. All of them. But those are like some of the ones. But all of them at the moment are my absolute favourite figure. I think this year from Safari is amazing. They've done a fantastic job. Number 2. Other than the 2018 figures, are there any figures you really want to get that you don't have? Some of the PNSO figures, the little small ones that you can get, I think they'd make a nice addition to my collection. Where do you think you're going? No, you're staying here. Hey. Yeah, he wants to crawl off the bed. But yeah, the PNSO figures, I'd like to get my hands on, the little small ones. What else? I wouldn't mind finishing off my Batak collection. I mean, hopefully they're still sold. Oh, he's going. Alright. Chance? No, over here. He's a little monkey. No, that's my tripod. Alright, come and sit down. Come and sit down. Right, so that's basically a few of the figures I like to get. Also, I am looking for my Transformers collection. I'm looking for Nitro and also Dragonstorm. So those are the last 2 to complete the collection. I'm also on the lookout for the new Power of the Primes toy line, because I want to get all the Dinobots and then combine them together to form Volcanicus. I think that will look pretty cool. Number 3, what kind of dog is Chance? Chance is a Labrador. Aren't you, boy? Eh? Number 4. Do you predict we will find another dinosaur bigger than Spinosaurus? Could there be a larger theropod than Spinosaurus? Potentially. I mean, never say never. I mean, so at the moment, Spinosaurus is the largest theropod that we know of. There might possibly be a larger one, but until we find it, at the moment it's Spinosaurus, but potentially there could be. Any paleontology discovery prediction for 2018? Hopefully we will find evidence for feathers on Tyrannosaurus itself. That's one of my predictions. Hopefully some more feathered dinosaurs will be found. What else? I'd like there to be some more British dinosaurs found. Because over here in Britain, because this is like the birthplace of where all the fossils started. So I'd like there to be some more British prehistoric creatures named. If you were forced to get rid of one figure, which would it be? Probably one from Reborn to help me have space. Number 7. If you were forced to keep only one figure, which would it be? For me personally, probably the feathered T-Rex from Safari from last year. It's one of my all-time favourites, and as I just said, I love T-Rex. So, Dugunt Dash, so thank you for leaving a question, asks, what is my favourite movie? I have lots of favourite movies. Transformers, Jurassic Park, Walking with Dinosaurs. I know everyone doesn't like that film, but I do personally. Pokemon the first movie, in fact quite a few of the Pokemon movies I like, but there are loads of films that are my favourites, so I can't really just pick one at the moment, but that's just a list of a few that I like. Thomas Roberts, who often comments on my videos, so thank you for the question, and all the comments that you leave me, asks me, do you have a favourite fossil Pokemon? Good question. When Generation 4 came out, my favourite was Cranidos. Shieldon was a close second, because it evolved into Bastiodon, which is the Triceratops one. But Cranidos and Rampardos, as they were the Pachycephalosaurs, they were my favourite around that time. And then, in Generation 6, they unveiled Tyrant and Tyrantrum. So I think you can imagine which is my favourite fossil Pokemon now. So yeah, it's the Tyrannosaur looking one. Jaden N asks, what inspired you to collect and love dinosaurs? Well, as I've already said, I've always had an interest in dinosaurs ever since I was little, and collecting them just makes me, just be more interested in them. I've also got some fossils myself. I've been on fossil digs and everything, and it's just, as I say, it's just fascinating to know more about these creatures. Spino Lord asks, what is your favourite movie of the JP franchise? The first one, as I've already said. What's the next figure you plan to add? From what I know, I believe my mum has ordered me the Step Mammoth from Eofauna, from Everything Dinosaur, so that'll be the next one. Then I hope to get, next year, some of the new 2018 figures when they reveal in Everything Dinosaur. Papo or Safari? Safari. I prefer accuracy over anything else, and Papo for next year, I'm sorry Papo, but you just don't interest me at all. Safari all the way. Who would win, Eutyrannus or Ceratosaurus? Not sure. Uh-oh. Barry's going to die in a minute, so I better finish off the questions. I'm not sure. Possibly Eutyrannus. I'll just go with that. The Carno King asks, what is your favourite dinosaur overall? Tyrannosaurus. 2. What's your favourite Dinosaur Island or Dinosaur Island revival character? I'm not actually sure, to be honest. Good question, but I like all the characters. Even though some are downright villains, but I think Bloodtooth's always been quite a favourite of mine. Just because, as it's Tyrannosaurus and everything. Do you play Yu-Gi-Oh? No. What got you into Skylanders? That's a good question. Well, I saw the TV adverts for it and the trailers, and I was like, interesting concept. Toys that come to life in a game. So I got it, and I really enjoyed it. And I know it's like a kid franchise, you could say, but I like all the characters, you know, they've got different personalities, different abilities, and the story's always really very interesting. And also the concept of bringing your toys to life, it's incredible. Ugh, sorry, I've got a really bad itch in a moment. What's your favourite colour? Blue. My favourite colour is blue, as you can tell by my blue walls. I've also got the blue dinosaur, I've got my blue trousers on, got my blue socks on, and Chance has got a blue collar. And then my friend Joshua Hubbard has asked me on Facebook, what made you want to do Prehistoric Island? That is a very good question. I saw a lot of people like Raptor Boy, Gloppy, Barnacosaurus do all these shows of, like, you know, the Dinosaur Island, Prehistoric and stuff. And I thought, why don't I give it a go? Because I think I could do a good job. And it turns out I have. And thank you to everyone for supporting me on that show, and I'm glad all of you liked it, even though, yes, I do my own voice effects, but does it really matter, right? No, I'll get better. What would you say is your favourite and least favourite dinosaur, and why? Well, my most favourite, as I've always said, is Tyrannosaurus, for things I've already mentioned earlier. Least favourite? I don't really have a least favourite. I like all of them. Do you think in the future you might do a new series? Excellent question. There are plans. I do have plans in my head for a new dinosaur series, possibly continuing on Prehistoric Island, or possibly a completely new series. I haven't formed anything yet, so don't get too excited yet, but there is ideas for another series, but I want to wait until certain figures are out before I start. So that is my first Q&A done. I hope I answered everyone's questions here. If I didn't answer anyone's, I can always do another one, possibly next year. But thank you so much for watching. I hope also you liked Chance's part in the video, even though he was asleep for most of it, but still. I mean, if you want to see more videos about Chance, please leave them in the comments below. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. If you want me to do my thoughts and opinions on the new Safari, Collector and Papo figures, leave that in the comments below if you want to see them and know about my thoughts on them. Even though some have been released, but if you still want to know my opinions on them, just let me know in the comments below. And so I hope to see you guys in the next video. So please take care and have a great day. Bye.